Hello there, Simon Trades here. You join me on a journey today, which is windy and wet, at Butlers Lane railway station. Now, in case you wonder where Butlers Lane railway station is, it's actually on the Cross City line between Lichfield Trent Valley and Redditch or Bromsgrove. Now, the Cross City line is a busy commuter route that goes through Birmingham New Street. I think it's roughly like the North London line of the West Midlands, we could dub it as. If not, that could be the Snow Hill line. Now today we are visiting 4 railway stations on this Cross City line, which are the following: Shenstone, Blake Street, Butlers Lane, and our last station of the day, Four Oaks. And also today you will see plenty of these units. These are Class 323 electric multiple units. Now we're going to be starting our journey today just outside Rugeley Trent Valley railway station. Hello, my name is Simon and I'm a rail enthusiast for the town of Rugeley in Staffordshire. And I also use the railway to travel around the country. These are my journeys across the United Kingdom by the Iron Rails, which sometimes can go successful or end up in a disaster. The block now approaching this YouTube channel is the next Simon Trades railway journey, and I welcome you to this service. So please sit back and enjoy the adventure. Behind me is the Yorkshireman pub. Now when you see the Yorkshireman pub, you know I'm at Rugeley Trent Valley railway station. And unfortunately I had to walk it to Rugeley Trent Valley this morning because of the connection times at Rugeley Trent Valley. They are not good. The train from Birmingham to National Rise at 10:03 and I've got to catch the 10:05. A 2-minute connection, which is doable but it's not viable. So I've walked it to Rugeley Trent Valley instead, but my ticket is from Rugeley Town because I'll explain that later on, because it is actually cheaper to go from Rugeley Town to Four Oaks than go from Rugeley Trent Valley to Four Oaks. And plus there's a nice little loophole there as well. So I'm at the station car park now and we're going to wait for the 10:05 to take me to Lichfield Trent Valley, which will take me on to Shenstone. And when I get to Shenstone, the station is actually quite unique because there are a few fast 323s that run through there. So we're going to go on the platform now and wait for the 10:05 to arrive.
Please make sure you travel in the correct part of the train. Passengers for Aston must board the front 4 carriages only.
now made it to Lichfield Trent Valley. Now I've got to change trains here to get onto the Cross City line. Now, Lichfield Trent Valley has 2 platforms down here. So you wonder where the third one is, and if you just hear now the rumbling, the third one is actually just above me, because my train is actually just pulled in now, which is the 1020 to Redditch. We're going to Redditch services. Now, there is also one new thing that has happened at Lichfield Trent Valley, and they've finally done it, but they now have disabled access onto the upper level so we can use the lift. And you know what, actually we're going to use the lift now. Unfortunately though, with the current COVID situation, only one person's allowed in the lift. So this is my first time actually using the lift at Lichfield Trent Valley.
Doors closing.
I actually just heard there that's the 1017 to Crewe, which goes to Rugeley Trent Valley. So we're going to think I'm going to come out this way. But this is me trying to lift at Lichfield Trent Valley for the first time. Yes. And if you just see behind me now, there's a 323 on the platform. That's my train to Shenstone, which is quite new actually. Brilliant. Anyway, I'm going to board my train out to Shenstone.
Lichfield City, Shenstone, Lichfield, Butlers Lane, Walsall Line, Aston, Rugeley Parkway, University, Walsall, Stenstone, Longbridge, Bromsgrove, Albert and
This is Shenstone Station. Now, to be honest, it does actually sound like a London Euston station, but it is not. Shenstone is actually 7 minutes away from Lichfield City Station. Now, in case you're wondering why I'm not filming at Lichfield City Station today, it's because I want to save that for another blog. Now, when I do that blog, I actually want to get the bus from roughly where I live to Lichfield City Station. At the moment, the buses have only got limited capacity, and you can only fit like 11 people on the bus. What you didn't see yesterday when I was walking to Rugeley Town Station from the town centre, because I was getting some food to eat during out the day yesterday when I was going to Stone and Congleton, which was filmed in last week's blog, is that I did see a bus that go past towards Rugeley bus station, and it did say bus full, sorry. So I want to save that till later on when this pandemic does really die down and we'll film some more cross-city stations. And plus Lichfield City is a staff railway station, so I want to save that for another time. But today we are doing, like I said, Shenstone, Blake Street, Butlers Lane and Four Oaks. Even though Four Oaks is a staff station, but it's more open than Lichfield City is. So that's why I'm not filming at Lichfield City today. I'm saving that for a blog later on. So, Shenstone Station doesn't really see a regular stopping service. It does actually have 323s which speed through this station, which you will see later on. We are now going to do the history of Shenstone Station. And then after the history of Shenstone Station, we will film some more trains that will stop here, depart this station, or will speed through this station. Before we start with the history of Shenstone Station, there wasn't much on Wikipedia about this, and it's going to be very brief, I'm afraid. But Shenstone Station opened in 1884 when the London North Western Railway extended their Birmingham to Sutton Coldfield line towards Lichfield. We're just ready to leave Shenstone. Now, as I mentioned in previous blogs, Shenstone is no different. It is social distance friendly. It does have these lovely stay apart on the platform. Also at Shenstone, this only sees a half-hourly service, while the other stations we shall be visiting today see a 15-minute service. This only gets a 30-minute service. But when you go to Four Oaks, it actually gets a train every 10 minutes towards Birmingham, because some terminate at Four Oaks and some carry on to Lichfield City or Trent Valley, but we won't see any Four Oaks terminated services today, so that main platform won't see any footage on it. But we are waiting for the 11:28 now to take me to Blake Street, but at 11:27 there is also a fast service towards Lichfield. this is our second station of the day we've visited today, Blake Street. Now the station actually takes its name from the road which is just north of this station. The railway line goes over the road called Blake Street. Now again, you only see class 323 EMUs here, but it is also raining today, so the video will probably have some raindrops in it. I do apologise about that. There is sadly nothing I can do. Especially when we were leaving Shenstone station, it really pulled down then, but luckily I was just getting on the train then. Also another thing with the cross city line is that sometimes cross countries do actually divert through here when the line towards Tamworth is shut. But that's only on like weekends. But it's good to do that on the weekends because you do get cross country services do stop at Lichfield City station. But this is only when the Tamworth line is shut and trains have to divert onto the cross city line. Anyway, we are going to be doing the history of the cross city's Blake Street railway station, and then carry on filming some more trains. Now this is the history of Blake Street station. It opened in 1884 when the London and North Western Railway extended their Birmingham to Sutton Coalfield line northwards towards Lichfield, and in the distance there we are looking towards Lichfield. In May 1978, Blake Street became one of the stations on the Cross City line launched by the West Midlands PTE to link the Lichfield branch with services towards Kings Norton and Redditch. Services towards Lichfield Trent Valley were extended in 1988 and the line was electrified in 1992. Now the signalling at this station is set up so trains can terminate or start from this station, because there is a crossover just south of this station. But this facility is rarely used, but sometimes they can use it if there's engineering works in Shenstone or towards Lichfield. Anyway, we are going to be filming some more trains now that are arriving and departing this station. Our time at Blake Street is nearly up. We will be catching the 12:32 to our next destination, which will be Butlers Lane.
I choose Butler.
Yes, we'll get to Butlers Lane, which will be a 323 EMU. I think they're all going to be 6 coaches on this line today. But believe it or not, when we get to Butlers Lane and we'll do the history, it's actually not open in 1888, but I'll explain that at the next station anyway. Just wait for this train to arrive now. So we come to the third station of the day that we visited out of 4. This is Butlers Lane. Now, I think I remember this from the early 90s, 1994, 1995, that I think I remember being at this station. And there was a train that actually was heading towards Redditch, but it was one like the first generation. I don't know if it was a DMU or an EMU, but that's the only early memory of the Cross City Line I have. The other memory of the Cross City Line I have, because at the time Rugeley Town station wasn't built until 1997, and towards Birmingham I mainly had to go by the Cross City Line from Lichfield City to get to Birmingham, to like the Tame Bridge Railway and other destinations when I was younger. But yeah, it is a nice station indeed. Basically, it's a bit like Hensford and all that, but it does have a station building which is at the other end of the platform. Now I've come to the north end of the platform because the southern end has got the exits, and with the current situation I think it's best to stay out of everyone's way. To be honest, I think us rail enthusiasts did invent social distancing before social distancing was a thing. But we're going to do the history of Butlers Lane station now, and then carry on filming some trains. Now this is the history of Butlers Lane station. Now, unlike the other two mentioned earlier, Shenstone and Blake Street, this station was opened as a temporary wooden station in 1957 by British Railways to coincide with the introduction of new diesel multiple units on the line between Birmingham and Lichfield. It was originally known as Butlers Lane Halt, despite being staffed from the beginning. It became one of the stations served by the new Cross City Line from 1978. The original wooden station was rebuilt to permanent structures during 1991 to 1992 to coincide with the electrification of the Cross City Line by British Rail. Anyway, let's film some more 323s now. It doesn't matter if I'm in the rain, in the snow, in the hot summer, or even cloudy. Whatever the weather is, I'll still be out filming trains. It is raining. It was supposed to be light rain, but I don't think this is light rain. It's a lot heavier, but it's still okay to film in. Or is that like fine drizzle rain? I don't think you can see it anyway, but anyway, we are going back down to the south end of Butlers Lane station now to go to our last railway station of the day, which will be Four Oaks. Now, as I mentioned in the blog, we won't be getting terminated services at Four Oaks because they're only running between Lichfield City and Trent Valley towards Birmingham and then on to Redditch and Bromsgrove. So let's see our 323 arriving into Butlers Lane now. This is the last station of the day that I'll be filming at, Four Oaks. This is also the start of some cross-city line services that start from Four Oaks and go on to Redditch or Bromsgrove, which use platform 3, which is there. But unfortunately, there is no terminating train today. They're only going as far as Lichfield City or Lichfield Trent Valley, which is in that direction. And in that direction takes you to the next station, Sutton Coldfield, and then on to Birmingham. Which actually we are going that way shortly. I'll explain later on. But yeah, unfortunately the rain is here to stay, which is brilliant. But we're going to be talking about the history of Four Oaks railway station and then film some more trains. This is the history of Four Oaks station. The station opened in 1884 when the London and North Western Railway's line from Birmingham to Sutton Coldfield was extended to Lichfield. More recently, in May 1978, Four Oaks became the northern terminus of the newly inaugurated cross-city line from London Bridge Parkway to New Street, with trains running up to every 10 minutes in each direction. Now, when this started, it was actually first generation diesel multiple units that run this line. The line to the north towards Lichfield, which you can see on the screen, has less frequent services to begin, with Lichfield being outside the West Midlands PTE boundary. But the growing popularity of the route led to its getting additional services by the mid-1880s. Eventually the line was extended to Lichfield Trent Valley. In November 1988, electric operations at this station commenced, and in 1992 as far as New Street, with the full line running through to Redditch following suit in July 1993. Four Oaks remains a terminus for some services to the south, which mostly use the dead-end platform 3. Northbound trains continue using Lichfield using platform 1, and southbound trains use platform 2. But sometimes they can use platform 2 to terminate some trains. Anyway, we're going to be filming some more 323s now in the rain, unfortunately. And then we're going to be explaining what we're going to be doing to get back to Rugeley.
Service to Lichfield Trent Valley, Butlers Lane, Lake Street, Lichfield City, and Lichfield Trent Valley.
It may take a little longer to get around.
From the 1418 West Midlands Railway service to Lichfield Trent Valley, Butlers Lane, Lake Street, and Lichfield Trent Valley. This train
I don't know what's actually going on with my camcorder today, but I noticed quite a few times actually that it is saying it's failing to right speed when it's doing some filming and cuts the footage out. So I have lost 323 footage at this station. It's only 2 clips though, so trains at Four Oaks might be a bit smaller than the others. But as speaking of Four Oaks, I'm still here. I'm sitting on platform 3. This is the terminating platform, which has just got some buffers at the bottom. Now, getting back to Rugeley today is actually a genius idea what I've done, because I've actually booked a ticket from Rugeley Town station to Four Oaks, which costs £5.95 with the rail card. If I went from Rugeley Trent Valley to Four Oaks, it will cost me £7.90 with the rail card. But yes, I did start my journey at Rugeley Trent Valley this morning, but I'm going back to Rugeley Town station. Because if I just took a train back to Rugeley Trent Valley, I've got to go back up to Lichfield Trent Valley, and then a 3-minute connection at Lichfield Trent Valley to get my train back to Rugeley. This way though, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to Aston, changing at Aston station and getting a Wolverhampton to Walsall service. Now I can either change at Walsall, but I might just change it to Tame Bridge Parkway just to play it safe. And then I'm going to get a train from Tame Bridge Parkway or Walsall back to Rugeley Town station. And that will be the end of the blog. So I am now waiting for the 14:37 to Redditch, which I'm going to Aston on it. This is Aston Station. I'm only here to change trains because I've just come off across City Line. I'm going to go to the Walsall Line service. Now just west of the station is a junction. Now the line to the right here takes you onto the Cross City Line, onto Sutton Coldfield, Four Oaks and Lichfield. The line straight ahead takes you to Tame Bridge Parkway and Bescott Stadium, but it also takes you to Walsall. And in the distance is the A38M. So we're here just to change trains, and I'm either going to be changing at Tame Bridge Parkway, which I think will be easier, or I'll be changing at Walsall, but I've just got to go over the footbridge onto the other platform, so I might just change at Tame Bridge Parkway. Also to mention that Aston Station actually has the Aston Villa Football Club logo on it, but this isn't the closest station to Villa Park. The closest station is actually Whitton, which people change at Whitton to get to the football game at Villa Park. Now the 323 on the Cross City Line is now coming in. As you can see, it is still raining. So we filmed this one out, and then I catch my train to Walsall or Tame Bridge Parkway. Before I show you Tame Bridge Parkway station, I'll just show you this map here, what we've done this morning. Rugeley Trent Valley is just there. I travelled to Lichfield Trent Valley. Then I did Shenstone, Blake Street, Butlers Lane, Four Oaks. And then I travelled down the cross city line to Aston. And I've changed trains at Aston to get to Tame Bridge Parkway. And now I'm changing at Tame Bridge Parkway to get back to Rugeley Town. So, Tame Bridge Parkway is 2 stations. West Midlands Railway Station, even though it is owned by West Midland Trains, and you do get London North Western Railway units stopping here. The funny thing is with Tame Bridge Parkway, the destination boards or the dot matrix screens are actually on this platform here. That's for platform 1, and platform 2 is just here. There is nothing on this side. This bridge is nice as well. It carries a canal above it, believe it or not. But yeah, that bridge is good. I like to get some shots of trains coming in with that bridge. Just north of the station here, I don't know if you can see it very well, but Bescott Yard is just up there after that road bridge, which is a big freight marshalling yard. It's still in use today. We will be passing there with this shortly, as soon as my train arrives. Now, Tame Bridge Parkway station was actually opened by British Rail in 1990. But I'm not doing a full history of Tame Bridge Parkway, that can be done another time. So we're waiting for our final train now, which is the 1527 to Rugeley Trent Valley, but we're going to go to Rugeley Town on it. I've now made it to Rugeley Town railway station and it is started to rain. I have seen a tweet from Joel D. Hardy. He said that he wasn't going to blog this week because of the rain, and to be honest I don't actually blame him, because it is really peeing it down as you saw in the blogs today. But hopefully it should be better weather next week. But while I plug it in now, Joel D. Hardy's channel is just right up there. If you want to subscribe to his channel, feel free to. But anyway, so the reason I started at Rugeley Trent Valley this morning, because we've only got an hourly service on this line, and it's a bit poor connection at Rugeley Trent Valley railway station. The train actually arrives at XX03, and then you've got 2 minutes before that train to London Euston leaves. So that's why I've walked into Rugeley Trent Valley this morning and not caught the train. Went over to Lichfield Trent Valley. We changed trains to go down the Cross City line. Now, as I mentioned with Lichfield City, I'm going to be doing a blog later on, hopefully end of this month, maybe next month, or maybe the autumn time, of catching the bus to Lichfield City and then go down Lichfield City that way. Should be cheaper for me as well to do that. But then we did 4 stations with Shenstone, Blake Street, Butlers Lane and 4 Oaks, which apart from the weather was really a good day, to be honest, except for when I got to 4 Oaks, because apparently my SD card wasn't reading properly, and some of the clips I was filming ended up stopping itself. Don't know why, but I think I might know why, but hopefully it has been sorted now. Then I went through Sutton Coldfield station. Now that will be a blog of its own, might tie in with Lichfield City, because there's a few disused stations in the Sutton Coldfield area I wouldn't mind visiting. We're now looking at an OS map from the National Library of Scotland, dated 1892 to 1914. Now we're going to move the mouse down to the current Sutton Coldfield railway station, which is just where we are now, and we're just going to circle around just to show you where the Sutton Coldfield railway station is. Now we are going to be moving northwest to show you a disused railway station that's on the map. The line's still there, but this is Sutton Park railway station, which is just circled there. And if we go down, Sutton Town railway station is just there. But this is for another blog in the future when I visit Sutton Coldfield area. Anyway, let's get back to the video. And there is also a model shop in Sutton Coldfield that I wouldn't mind visiting as well. But then I went down to Aston, changed train to Aston to get to Tame Bridge Parkway to change trains back to Rugeley Town station. So other than the weather today, the blog has really been good. Apart from there's been a load of 323s, which is a good thing as well. So our next blog, I don't know when it will be, to be honest, but it will be another one next Sunday. So the blog has now reached its final destination at Rugeley Town station, and it also has been terminated at Rugeley Town. Thank you for travelling with Simon Trains, and I will see you for the next blog when it will ever be, but it will be next Sunday. Stay safe, and thank you for watching.